Hello everyone, welcome back to the second episode of my playthrough of Pokémon Colosseum. As you can see, I'm all healed up from the end of last episode. Lava, Makuhita, Espion Umbreon, all set. Let's head out of Fennec and head to Pyrite. Or, apparently, the construction lot first. Whoa, hold it there. This is a construction site. It's not a safe place to be. There's no place for tourist visits. Go on, scram. Okay, let's scram. And there's Pyrite. Aw, Mr. Johnson, give a man a break here. I keep telling you, I don't know anything. That better be true, Gale. If you're trying to con me, I'll know about it. Mr. Johnson, sir, I wouldn't think about lying to you. You gotta believe me, right? Alright, fine. I'll let you off easy today. See you. Heh, what a nitwit. Of course I haven't got a thing to tell ya. Lovely character. What are you looking at? Haven't seen your faces around these parts. What are you, tourists? If you don't want to get hurt, you should get lost, and quick, for the good of your health. Fun dude. Okay. Let's go in here. Oh, police station. Ow. I'm sorry, Chief, but there's trouble afoot. You see, Chief, there's talk that thugs have been witnessed using strange Pokémon. Huh? Chief? You're not the Chief. I beg your pardon. I'm here, Johnson. That story isn't new. I've heard about it over and over already. Oh, Chief, there you are. You're such a kidder. Yeah, it's weird. The entirety of the game, and technically those two are the only cops. Oh, and here's Treadley and Folly. And some random dude. And of course we can't go into any of these. Nope. The doors are locked. Here's another PC for saving. Let's head out. Shop. What's this shop sell? Hyper potions and revives, but otherwise just basically potion items. Okay. No Pokeballs, still. Sapphire, it was here in this square that I saw that strange Pokemon. I tried to leave town afterwards, and that's when those creeps grabbed me. We should be careful. Even at the best of times, there's nothing normal about this town. Okay. Let's chat up this guy. Apparently, shadow Pokemon out here. Got a level 30 Misdreavus, level 28 Skitty. And the Misdreavus is a shadow. Well, nothing else for it, but to just go straight in. Oh. That's a fast Misdreavus. Oh! Well, that's a problem. Sure, let's throw out the Makuhita. Oh, and look how much its gauge has dropped. Actually, I think... Hold on. When we finish the animation for Skitty fainting... and they throw out the Zigzagoon, you can see how Makuhita's bar opened it even more. Very interesting there. Uh-oh, confuse rate. Who's it confusing? Using Makuhita. That does not bode well. Oh, the flick. Nice. Is Makuhita going to attack? Oh, Hyper Mode. Ah, okay, here we go. This... Oh, lets me explain. Another one of the... Of the varieties of ways to open the doors to Pokemon's hearts, one of them is just walking around, which obviously I was doing. The second main one is entering combat, which you saw right when I put out Makuhita. Another that is also related to combat, or to battle, is what just happened there with the Hyper Mode. It's a very... Got my focus energy back. With Hyper Mode, what happens is basically while in Hyper Mode, Pokemon, you can't use items on the Pokemon. It has a greatly, almost massively increased crit chance on Shadow Rush. But it also has a chance for the Pokemon to just disobey your orders. Which is especially true if the Pokemon has, multiple moves. It will ignore basically any move that, isn't Shadow Rush, it seems. Also, it'll generally only go in Hyper Mode if you're trying to use Shadow Rush. Which, of course, innately means that the Pokemon that's freshly caught as such with a full heart gauge is obviously going to be, but only has Shadow Rush, you're only going to click it, it's going to go Hyper Mode very often. Where, as it relearns its moves, it will stop using so many moves, or stop using Shadow Rush naturally just because you have other options, and so you won't really go into Hyper Mode as often. Which is good, because when it does, one, you lose the turn when it enters Hyper Mode, and two, in order to regain the Pokemon, as such, or in order to get it to exit the effect, lost track of what I'm doing. In order to come out of Hyper Mode, you have to waste your turn calling the Pokemon. That's not the only other use for Call, by the way. Call can also wake up sleeping Pokemon in combat, which technically means that Awakenings are largely useless unless you need to wake Pokemon outside of battle. Because you can just do it for free. So, there are other ways, again, to open the heart gauge. One is a very limited, basically one-time use items. They're extremely limited, one-use items that just instantly purify it. You get 3 of them through the course of the game. They are a way of freeing it. You also have something called colognes, or scents. We'll be getting those at a later point. they're basically ways of, like, spending money to free it up. Depending on what... Well, the interesting thing as well is depending on what... depending on the nature of the Pokemon, the different methods will actually work better or worse. And obviously, as we progress through the story, it takes more and more effort to actually empty a heart gauge. Like, with how fast Mega Heat is emptying, the late game Pokemon are going to take like an hour of solid work. And that's also a demonstration of the fact that Call does absolutely nothing if the Pokemon's just sitting. And shit, I'm out of. Well, it's a good thing I've got random Pokeballs. I'm just gonna throw some of them. Because I'm down to the last... I've only got Umbreon now. I want to catch Misdreavus. I was refusing. And as for the reason why I wasn't worried about necessarily like healing the partner, I mean, Espeon got one shot, so but, I mean, it's because one thing about all these battles, even if I were to fail catching Misdreavus, which thankfully I didn't, all I would need to do is reset the load zone for Pyrite Town, and I'd be able to refight Vant. So, also, yay, caught Misdreavus. Why do the trainers here have those strange Pokemon? I'm sure of it now. The town's hiding a big secret. Well, before I do anything, let's take a look at the Misdreavus. Holding spell tag has Levitate, obviously, because it only ever has Levitate. Don't know its nature, but based on its stat totals, obviously its nature doesn't have any great effect on its special stats or speed, because Misdreavus innately has, like, those three stats are all basically the same for its base stat total. So, might have something affecting its attack or defense. That seems, I don't know. That or it just has bad IVs in the stat that it's got a beneficial nature for. Anyway, given how low my Pokemon are, let's go head to not a Pokemon Center, but a healing station. It's Pyrite Colosseum. They have a healing center that you can just walk up to and use, which is, thank frick for it. The amount of times I have played through this game and not realized that this station area was here was disgusting. Like, I would go through, catch every shadow in the Duel², having to either leave Pyrite to heal, or using the PC in the police station to, like, manually put the Pokemon into this PC and take it out afterwards. Because that does heal the Pokemon that you do it to. It took me way too long to realize and remember that the healing station is right there in the Colosseum. So, thankfully I remembered, and showed, hopefully you, if you're gonna ever play this, don't waste your time doing what I did. I highly doubt Espeon is going to fall flat on its face immediately. Given that we're facing a Azurill and a Shadow Slugma. But you never know. Oh. God damn it. Just trying to bite. Instead, maybe I'll flinch you so you won't freaking kill Espeon. Wiggly buff. This guy basically has babies. Now. Seriously? Well, that... Espeon's gone. Time to know that Makuhita. You're just gonna sit there until the Slugma's caught. Okay, Slugma's caught. That solves that problem. Oh, it does have a Swablu, okay. Oh, one other thing. Technically, if Pokemon's in Hyper Mode and you take them to, like, a healing point, the Pokemon Center station, or stick to the PC, that will cure the Hyper Mode. And also, now that the Makuhita's dropped below the second bar, means the nature is active. We'll now be able to see what nature is, and it will start accumulating XP. Not that it'll gain any at the moment, but when it comes time to Purify, it will have XP to... it'll start banking the XP, I guess. Let's just take a quick look. It's naughty. Huh. Well, here's the Slugma. Doesn't come holding anything. Comes with ugh. It has two abilities. Magma Armor and Flame Body. A Flame Body is far better. Magma Armor rarely has any impact. So. Okay. See you back there after I heal. And we're back. And just to show what I've done, I deposited both the Misdreavus and the Slugma, just so that I have room, so that when I catch the next Shadow, I can just immediately get its stats. To prove to you that I am catching the first one I'm doing. And Shadow Quagsire. Yay! Quagsire's caught. I didn't lose Espeon this time. So let's take a look at the Quagsire. Damp. Of the two abilities Quagsire can get, there's Damp, and then there's Water Absorb. I'm sure you can... oh, I honestly thought Quagsire's special defense was better than his defense. Whoops. Unless its nature is messing with that. Huh. As I was saying about the Damp versus Water Absorb, I'm pretty sure you can tell which one is more desirable. So, I don't expect I'll be using Quagsire on my team. Or at least not the main final team. Okay, on to the next. Rider Leba. Level 30 Skipper. 26 Oddish. Shadow Skipper. Dustox. That is going to be a dead Dustox. Hey, got it. Huh, that's right. Barely did any damage. But taking a look at the skip bloom. No item has chlorophyll. It's only got chlorophyll, so. Okay. I'm just taking another look through these two. And back here for the next group. Okay, let's take on the next one in line. Diogo. And yes, I deposited the Quagsire. Skip. It's got a Flaffy and a Shroomish. And the Flaffy is Shadow. He's only got a Flaffy and a Shroomish. Oh, okay, critting the Shroomish. Thank you, Espeon. I'm just wasting turns, waiting for it to capture. Hopefully before it kills itself. Yay, got it. Oh yes, that's right. Shadow Rush does not have a type. So it's has like type effectiveness means nothing to Shadow Rush. It will always do damage. It's not super effective on anything, not very effective. In Gale of Darkness, it is its own actual type, but for this game, Shadow Rush just ignores types. And Flaffy's got static, which is the only one it can have in this gen. I think it might get Lightning Rod as like a hidden at some point, but again, hidden abilities didn't exist here, so. And looks like we only got the one dude left. Okay, everyone's all healed up. Uh-huh. Let's go. Rider Nova. Level 30 Noctowl. And a Ladybug. And it's a Shadow Noctowl. Oh dear. It's a good thing I didn't attack it with Umbreon. The fact that sometimes the flight animation glitches is... There are some very interesting visual glitches at times. They don't come up too often, but, I mean, we saw one in the first episode with the door glitch when we first met Nascour. We saw another one just now where he was flying in his, like, standing idle pose. There's a couple of others later on that are very, there will be a couple others that I'm sure, if I don't point out, they should be very easy to see. It's flying, that is expected. And that also makes it annoying in regards to Noctowl. Because I believe while it's flying, you can't throw a Pokeball at it. Hey, caught it. Yeah, attacks. Just one attack. Also, now that we fought all the members of Duel² with a shadow, right? Gotta show off the Noctowl first. Keen Eye. Yeah. Could also have Insomnia. I mean, I think Insomnia is more useful, but they're both very niche. You can see how high, well, how high the special defense of this thing is. So, before heading back to heal, I'm just going to demonstrate with this guy what happens after you catch their shadow. This is the guy that had the Quagsire and the Psyduck. Now he has a Horsey and a Psyduck. Basically, this is just to demonstrate that, yes, every one of the guys here, when you capture their shadow, if you attempt to fight them again, the shadow will be replaced with another level 30 Pokemon of a similar type. And because you can re-challenge the Duel² trainers as often as you want, this is the first way, like, this is how you are able to grind very early game. With no wild battles, you need some way of essentially training in the early game, or grinding out if you're having difficulty. So it's these Duel² trainers that you can just rematch over and over and over and over again. Now, I'm actually I'm gonna keep the Flaffy in my party for now. I'm gonna leave an empty space, because there is one more Shadow Pokemon I want to capture this episode. And so I'm leaving space so that I can show it to you immediately. I will not be doing that. I think I won't be doing that in future episodes, though. Future episodes is basically going to be, I'm going to have to capture it, and then show it to you later, after I've retrieved it from the box, because I'm going to start actually working on making my team. So, with Duel² all the shadows caught, next place we want to go is over here. Though you can come in here before going after Duel². Name's Duking. I run the Colosseum here. If you want to enter a battle, go see the Colosseum's receptionist. Now, if you'll excuse me, I'm busy. I'm the lookout. Nobody is supposed to get by me. There's nothing special behind the bookshelf. You mean this bookshelf? Good lookout. Huh. That's why, Marcia. You got to somehow snag them from those criminals. Ah! You startled me. How did you get in here? That's weird. My little brother is supposed to be on lookout. My sister hasn't done anything but chatter. I'm so bored. I want to play house. Are you Papa's friends? I'm Marcia. I'm pleased to meet you. But sorry, we're busy. We're talking about something that's quite important. Please come visit and play with us another time. Okay. You can all three come back out. Duking, how much more are you going to take from Mirabee and his stooges? They're using you in the Colosseum. What's the matter with you? Have they sucked the spirit right out of you? So you just clam up. I've lost faith in you. The man that went out is Silva. He's Duking's friend. But he was really angry. His face looked all scary. Sorry, but I'm busy. You'll have to excuse me. So now that we've checked on Silva, or met Silva, we go up here. Let's check out the Colosseum. I didn't get in here in time to make registration. I've heard rumors that if you win the challenge, you got an awesome Pokemon like that Gale did. Ah, sheesh, what am I saying? I'll have to keep that a secret. Pretend you never heard me, okay? Sapphire? Wasn't Gale that guy who was hanging around the town's entrance? We should ask him. He might know something. I mean, technically, I guess I didn't need to speak with Silva before speaking with this guy. Ha, what's that? You wanting to know if I have a weird Pokemon? If you want to know that much, you may as well see it with your own eyes. Okay. It's level 33 for it. 29 rolls. And the Furret is the Shadow. So, first turn I'm going to use Reflect, and go and bite the rolls. Yeah, because Furret comes with strength, apparently. Obviously doesn't learn it naturally as part of the level up process, because it's an HM. But, I mean, it's like the fact when we fought the Slugma, and the Slugma had Flamethrower. Some of these movesets are actually half decent when you get them, or once you purify the Pokemon. They have all the, like, the 6 movesets when you're fighting them and trying to capture them. But then it comes to the time when it's like, oh yeah, I caught it. And I can't use the moveset because I need to purify the Pokemon first. Though, it does mean that when it does get purified, it's got moves that you otherwise don't really have a way of putting on it in this game unless without either trading or, I mean, basically late game, because I mean, we haven't found a TM vendor. We're certainly not going to find one anytime soon. Certainly not one that's packing Flamethrower. And just eliminate them with Chomp. Of course, Shadow Rush. Crit me. Oh, Makuhita's, all the running around has really helped Makuhita. Makuhita's actually getting nice and low on the heart gauge. In fact, low enough that it knows his other 2 moves as well, Vital Throw and Cross Chop. But, of course, I'm not going to use any of them because I'm fighting a Furret. While Makuhita's stats being what they are, I don't expect to be one-shotting for it. I also don't want to risk, like, a crit. I figure it's much better just start chucking balls at it, given that it still has, like, between 2/3 to 3/4 of its health. I'm using the Infinite Ball glitch. This is exactly when Infinite Ball Glitch is best and most useful. Instead of weakening it, and weakening it, and weakening it, with every one of your turns, you can just legitimately, like, waste. Just have your Pokemon just sit there and throw Pokeballs even when one is still at full health for the odd chance of capturing it. Just because throwing more of them, the more you throw, the more chances you have of catching it before it would knock itself out. Especially if you're starting such an early point and throwing them that early. if you wait to start throwing your balls until it's at, like, red health, well, then you've got the problem of it only gets to, like, you only get to throw, like, maybe 5 or 6 balls before it'll just Shadow Rush itself to death. That's assuming it's not, doesn't immediately use 2 Shadow Rushes and knock itself out then. Throwing them this early means that you can realistically throw 10 plus balls over the course of the fight and have a decent chance of actually catching it. Yay! Took longer. Now keep in mind, for all the Pokemon you've seen me caught, and all the balls that I threw, if I had to actually throw, buy all of those Great Balls, think of how much money I would have been out today. Just in this episode. So it's like, this is why I'm using the Infinite Ball Glitch. Bah! That was it. That lion, Mr. B. You came up with that fancy, tough-sounding name, Shadow Pokemon. It was no big deal. You guys be careful too. Don't be played for a sucker. That's about all they'll give you if you win at the Colosseum. Shadow Pokemon? That's what it's called? A Shadow Pokemon? That Pokemon with the black aura. I trust things are going according to plan, Mr. Mirror B. Oh, yes indeed, Master Nazcawa. Our plan is coming along in a lovely, peachy keen way. We have already broken Dewking's spirit. We can do as we please at the Colosseum without his meddling. We've been giving away Shadow Pokemon on the sly to challenge winners for gathering data. Good. The others also appear to be doing their parts to implement our plan. Our Shadow Pokemon plan is falling into place quickly. The final phase is not far off. This is perking up my spirit and body. Oh, I feel like dancing. Save your dancing until our plan succeeds. I'm off. Okay then. I shall make my return to the cave where my darling Pokemon await my return. Let the music play. Yeah, it looks like the Colosseum has a secret. I guess there's no choice but to take part in a battle challenge there. Well, first off, let's take a look at our freshly caught fruit. As Keen Eye. Good, because the other ability it can possibly have is Runaway, which is completely useless in this game. Because all it does is allows you to guarantee run away from a wild battle. Which, as I've said before, this game does not have. Keen Eye, at least, might occasionally have some use. Oh, Flappy's starting to open. Still starting to open. Makuhita is very, very close to being finished. So that's good to see. One final show off of all the Shadow Pokemon that we've caught today. So, for the next episode, we'll be heading up towards the Colosseum, take part in a challenge, and maybe get gifted a Shadow Pokemon of our own. Directly, instead of having to snag it. Anyway, so until then, like, subscribe, and comment down below. See you then. Adieu.